I came across this video of this brave woman exposing the fraudulent activities of INEC and its chairman Yakubu Mahmood in the 2023 general election. We are all aware of the fraudulent activities that occurred in 2023 general election. We knew that that election was not free and fair. We knew that that election was rigged. Unsurprisingly, the perpetrators of that crime in the 2023 general election are yet to face the wrath of the law. They are still walking freely, and they were even allowed to conduct the off-cycle election. We saw what happened in Edo State. It was not free and fair. One of the most brazen rigged elections we have experienced in this country. And again, we are talking about the 2027 general election. Yakubu Mahmood is going to be given the mandate, the mantle, to conduct that same election. But it's very obvious that we are not going to see anything different from what we experienced in 2023 if Yakubu Mahmood still remains as the INEC chairman. Of course, Yakubu Mahmood will still be allowed to conduct the 2027 general election. He is here to account for the budget that was budgeted for the 2023 general election. Yakubu Mahmood is here to tell us why in the INEC IRF, Peter Obi won in Rivers State, but he, Yakubu Mahmood, announced that Bola Tinubu won in Rivers State. Many of what he is here to tell us is going to be answered in this video. Listen to this brave woman as she tells us everything that happened in the 2023 general election. Thank you.
How are you living your own life today for tomorrow? Because Nigeria will stay. All of us will come and pass. We are passengers. He has lived his life. And so when I was consulted to look at how do you secure, 2027 general elections, and I'm just wondering, secure? That's a tall order. What are we going to do? What are the things what approach can we look at? So I looked through some of the introduction, the current context and challenges of the elections that we have today, which has been, a lot of it has been spoken, about by Comrade Sam Amadi, looking at the measures for the 2027 general elections, addressing the electoral violence, also inclusion and the issues of gender-based violence, and then international collaborations and also observers. I will conclude and then look at some call to action. The 2027 general election is coming at a time where everybody is exhausted. There's a lot of exhaustion coming from citizens themselves because we are looking and seeing what did we do in 2023 and what happened to the off-cycle elections. Some of it has been pointed out already. When the 2023 general election happened, we used to have civil society organizations, and as some of you may recollect, I led the Nigerian Civil Society Situation Room as a convener, aside from being the country director of Action Aid then. To the 2023 general election, after whatever happened during the election, INEC, in its usual manner, called all of us to a post-meeting or to a meeting. We used to have quarterly meetings with INEC to tell us exactly what is going on. And we had this meeting, and the first thing the chairman said was, we are about, that he was not going to talk about the 2023 general election. He was going to talk about off-cycle election. And I was dazed. So if we don't talk about what we have done, which amount was voted for, budget was given, what did you do with the election you don't want to explain to Nigerians? It was shocking for me, for many people to sit in that meeting. Immediately, when the media went out, I found my way and I also walked out because I felt that place was no longer for me. And so it's a test for our own electoral process, is a text for dignity. How do we focus and look at the current challenges and then leverage the data-driven strategy and also complying, looking at the technology which we are supposed to use. Now, the current context, you are looking at the political landscape, a political scene that there is a kind of which is highly competitive. You have APC, you have PDP, you have the Labour Party. who are the major, political parties. But I can tell you that INEC is struggling. None of them has a registered voting, they don't have a register. So you can boast, we have 30 million people. Where is the registrar? They don't have voting. So there is no political party with a population. Where are the books? And these are things that INEC itself has been looking at. There is no political education by the political parties. They are supposed to conduct political education, but you only see people during their campaigns. Where is the political education? Because you want your members to vote. Or it's because voting is not important, it will be truncated, so there is no need investing in voting itself. You have electoral violence. The 2029 election and also the 2023 general election showed us so many violence, a lot of violence. Almost about 100 people died during the 2023 general elections. We're looking at Lagos, Rivers, Kano, and Kaduna State in so many ways. You're looking at the voter turnout as well, and this enfranchisement, that was done again, in its various forms. When we had Anambra election, the off-cycle election for Anambra State, there were so many things. The performance of the beavers, for example. The tech system, and young people were getting very, very interested, and you had some performance. Before 10 p.m., most of the results were uploaded on IREF. And so we had the results. So you could see who is winning and what is coming in. They don't conclude until they announce all the elections before INEC does a final pronouncement. So we were very hopeful. We moved from Anambra and went to Osun State. We had Ekiti. And then from Ekiti moved to Osun State and the beavers. And my question to INEC, we had a lot of internal meetings with INEC. And the strange thing was the INEC, the current INEC, is still the current one. They were very, very open, telling us their problems. And so just like Ario, before the 2023 general elections, many of us were not sleeping because we're trying to block the polls. We thought INEC, the persons there, the managers were truthful, and we're working with them, hoping that the voting will count. And so when you look at the voter turnout and disenfranchisement, the last election was 29% that voted. That's the general election. So who is voting and who believes in voting itself is another. Another area is the security threats. We have the insurgents, the banditry. You have also the separatist movements here and there. You are in the northern region and also in the southeast region. INEC challenges the independent electoral committee. They have their challenges. But the quality of citizenship is not about the machines. Machines don't operate themselves. Who is operating the machines? What is your quality? Even as you are sitting down here now, what is your quality? Are you the one? Are you playing your role because you are in this world only for a time? Are you playing your role? Are you living your life? We look at religion in terms of no religion tells lies. Religion will tell you not to steal. So who is the thief? And so we need to mirror ourselves as we prepare for 2023 general election. And so you will look at the judiciary and the declaration of results. A lot of money was voted for INEC. INEC was supposed to be the one to pronounce elections. So what happened to INEC? And now the whole work is being given to the judiciary. Did you give them money to declare elections? Or is it INEC, should we give the work of INEC to the judiciary? We have overburdened, brutalized the whole system in terms of the judiciary. And so you've seen the challenges. So the National Orientation Agency is built to conduct civic education throughout the country. What is it doing? You are also looking at the quality of every citizen. Who is the quality of the citizen that is sitting in INEC as workers, as voters, as a judicial person, as a lawyer himself? You can see it's nice to see, here this morning, getting out there and representing a lot of and all the lawyers who are out there, also making sure, and that it started from our own time. When we were students, we didn't have mobiles. But when a student was arrested, Ganifa and me and Femi Falana will know where a student is arrested, and they will come and release us. We had no idea who they are, but they were there as protectors. And so where are we now? So who is a citizen right now? The issue of corruption. I don't know what you are going to do. You can only sleep in one corner of a bed, in a room in one night. But look at how we are dirtying the system. You are building so many houses that you will never leave. And you destroy your